Very often I talk to people who've been in business for decades or have written books or are leaders in their field. But sometimes I want to bring up some of the young up-and-coming entrepreneurs and who are going to make big waves in the future. So hopefully when Gal is a big and famous SaaS entrepreneur, he'll come back onto the show and spend some money. But we've got Gal, who is passionate about creating and marketing bold and innovative products that solve real-world problems and have a positive impact. He's the founder and product marketing manager of a stealth mode company, which we need to go into. He leads the development and launching of a secret and groundbreaking product that will disrupt the industry and deliver value to customers, which is exciting. He's also a digital marketing tutor at Reichman University, Google, and Reichman Tech School, where he teaches and mentors aspiring entrepreneurs and marketers on leveraging the power of digital tools and platforms to build and grow their businesses. Now, Gail doesn't just talk about this, he actually does it. And I've seen his two websites, which we're going to talk about. It's Bold PMM and the other one, which is Bold Podcast Marketing as well. So we're going to talk about that. Yeah, so welcome, Gail.
Thank you very much, Nicolas. It's an honor to be on the show. Seriously, I've been a listener for the last, I think, 3 months or so, since I just pitched you with my clients. So yeah, that's the story of how I came to your show. But since then, actually, I've listened to multiple series and shows, and it's been marvelous. It's really a great honor for me to be here.
Well, I'm so happy to have you. Well, just for those who are listening, I try and align all of the podcasts episodes that I do with what we're doing in class with my digital marketing students. So I'm trying to get the best possible value out of our guests to help my students gain a bit of, what's happening in the real world and tie it in with what we're teaching. So what you're hearing on this podcast is really supposed to be helping you in your marketing journey. So first, I need to ask you, Gal, what is a stealth mode company?
So actually, for a while now, I've been under a stealth company. Now, stealth company, for those who don't know it, and it is funny because sometimes I get people talk to me and they were like, yeah, my uncle worked with you on the same company. And it's like, no, stealth company is just a company that is unknown. They don't want to launch yet because they don't want to discuss what they're doing to gain some advantage in terms of competition, and you develop some sort of a product and you don't want others to know. So actually I am out of stealth now, and I am out of stealth with 2 companies, which are Bold PMM and Bold Voice. So yeah, those are the things that I do at the moment. And I also got pretty big things coming soon, but that is the stealth part of me.
Well, let's have a look at Bold PMM, because this is where you provide tailored product marketing services for B2B SaaS companies. And that's quite interesting. Maybe just talk about, I've got a list of a couple of the things that you do here. You've got a flexible subscription model. So this is very helpful for startups who can't necessarily afford expensive, good quality marketing and product launch experts, but need somebody who's done it before on a budget. So talk to me a little bit about Bold PMM and what got you to start that.
Okay, so that is a good question. So to begin with it, I just want to say that I've been in the marketing field since 2008. When we didn't have even the like button, became a fan of. It was so easy back then. But since then, I've been on the journey and learning how to develop website and do marketing my own, and even got to do some freelancer gigs for companies at my 3rd year of university. And for me, it was late because as an Israeli, we have to go to a mandatory service in the army. So when I was 25, I started my academic journey. So at my 3rd year, I was like, okay, I want to be a product manager. I didn't want to be a marketing manager or something that is related to marketing. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to do it. I already studied economics, and that made sense for me because now I can say, yeah, I'm good with analytics. I'm good with numbers. I can become a great product manager. So I just applied to a different startups in Tel Aviv, which is like the best city you can find startups in. And after applying and actually got approved to a cyber company, and I was like, yeah, I'm so amped to start my journey. Then the boss told me, Gal, you're welcome. Okay, you're going to be here and you're going to be product marketing manager. And I was like, product marketing manager? no, I'm a product manager. And all of a sudden I came back to marketing and and that's what I did. That's actually my first role as a product marketing manager. And that what made me product marketing manager. Now, what is a product marketing manager? Okay, that is a question. So for me, it is the one who determines who is the right audience, what is the right message that we should get to them, and how do we do it? Through which channels do we approach them? So yeah.
Okay, well, and that's what you do in your company. And I've had it, and for anyone who wants to see a really good looking website, the 2 websites that you've done are really good. I like the brand consistency throughout. So you've obviously either listened to the podcast about consistency but you've got a good eye. Now, the offering that you've got there is an on-demand product marketing team. What?
Okay, so as mentioned in the website, obviously we do a lot of things. So on-demand product marketing team, what we do is mainly focus on positioning, messaging. So we actually determine which are the right messages that we need to go to the market with. What is the right positioning? Are we in the same industry as our competitors? Are we in a different industry? And we also plan the go-to-market strategy, also product launches. So we also touch that. So for example, if a company is preparing to launch some product and their marketing team and sales team and product team are already too occupied, what they do, they come to us and they get 2 product marketeers of our own starting to work on their materials. So yeah.
Okay. So the next thing that I want to talk about is your podcast website. So this is also named Bold Podcast Marketing or Bold Voice.
Bold Voice.
Yep. Bold Voice. I like that, Bold Voice. And a couple of elements that you put in here. Being on a podcast can help you boost brand visibility, build trust and credibility, create authentic connections. You can repurpose content. Obviously, you'll be repurposing some of this content. You can expand your network, and it is a great sales support. So it really helps with sales enablement. So talk to me about why you chose the podcasting route. Why are you splitting your attention now between the PMM and now brand voice? Bold Voice.
Yeah, Bold Voice. So Bold Voice. So it is a funny story. Most of the companies that come to Bold PMM, they actually do have some plans for their product launches. They do have some content written. They do have some sales enablement and other content tools. But what they don't have the right channels. They don't know which channels to go to. And what I found out is that, well, obviously that is something that not me myself found out, but there are researchers that shows that 80% of all executives allocate 4 hours to listening to podcasts. And for B2B companies to not be there and not harness the power of podcasts. So just by researching it and understand it, and also understanding the demographic targeting of those podcasts that we're talking about, which are most of them exceeding the household income of $75,000. And most of them are really in the position to tell which vendor we want to work with, which vendor are we willing to put our trust in, and to make the fit between the founder or maybe the team, not just the founder, the leading team, and the right show is something that is crucial. And this is why I actually invented Bold Voice.
All those points that you mentioned there are absolutely relevant, and podcasting is a fantastic way to get your brand and your message out there. And I spoke to Ami Medud, who you sent on to me, and he was a fantastic chap with an absolutely amazing product. And podcasts are a nice way of talking about not just the product, but the vision behind the business, the people working in it, your thought process, and a lot more details can come out about your business, and it creates that trust and that authentic connection that you're talking about. Now, talking about podcasts, and let's talk a little bit about personal branding. I forced you to come on this podcast, basically. You were not saying, oh, please, can I come on the podcast? But I thought, you are somebody who is promoting podcasts to somebody. You need to actually get a bit of experience, and you need to get a feel of what your customers are actually going through. So if you're a client, so I've put you on here, what are you going to do in this podcast and what are you going to do after this podcast? What suggestions could you make to folks who go onto a podcast, and how should they promote themselves after they've been on a show like the From Startup to Wunderbrand show?
In order to be a great podcast guest, one thing that you'll have to do is to prepare for it, to prepare some talking points, whether it's for me that startups actually need PMMs. And there is research by McKinsey that actually strongly suggests that companies with strong PMMs go there 25 or 30% faster than others. So you'll have to have some sort of a messaging written already. You'll have to have some sort of a hook. Okay, so for example, my hook could be most B2B startups don't fail because of a bad product. They fail because no one knows they exist. If you hope is not a strategy. And if you're not making marketing a priority, that is something that you should do.
And now so you've recorded a wonderful podcast with Nicholas. What should you do with the content that is now being created?
So repurposing is amazing. I can tell you that nowadays we have the tools that you can just put the record or even the transcript on GPT and tell him, okay, so my audience are CMOs or CROs of companies. What pain points did I just talk about? And I should use and repurpose with my content. And you can actually throw it to an AI and it just cuts everything for you, add transcribe, and it does, even the B-roll, it does for you. And it is amazing.
So another suggestion I'd make is obviously the platforms or the channels that this content needs to go on. And there are a variety of them. There's things like Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, and the typical ones. But a lot when it comes to companies in the SaaS and B2B space, LinkedIn is a very powerful place where you should be repurposing and showing your content. But this is not TikTok, so it's not going to be, exciting music in the background. I love the point that you made there, where the benefit of using AI and tools like that is that you can personalize the messages that you've spoken about in your podcast in terms of the text and the clips that you use on LinkedIn, focused on particular industries. So LinkedIn is a very exciting or powerful place to use that. And using new platforms like Reddit, and you can upload your videos onto Reddit or respond with a video on Reddit. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the challenges of being a startup founder, because you're a startup founder, you went to university, you're working with startups, you're working with all of these SaaS companies. Talk to me about some of the things that you didn't think about that you have now experienced while you're running your own business. What has been the most tough thing starting your own business?
So for me, mainly because Bold PMM and Bold Voice are mostly me. I can tell you that the team that I build for each client would be me and other freelancers that I actually really rely on sometimes. So for example, if there is a tech company in the cyber field comes to me, then I would choose someone who is really known with their cyber abilities and cyber content abilities or whatever the task is. So for me, I would say that being alone on the road, and it's a never-ending road. It's like this thing that you call building up your own venture. It's a never-ending road. So being alone, at some points, it's some points. But there are ups and downs to it. So I wouldn't be so sad, because if I was sad, I would just close it and go back to be, just another worker. But for me, that's the way I want to deliver value to the world. So yeah.
Well, luckily, you've got some really good resources on my podcast, and I've got a fantastic guest that I interviewed earlier today, Dr. John Hillen, who talks about strategy. So he's a strategic specialist. So I would recommend that you listen to that when it comes out in a couple of weeks. So, Gal, you've got two businesses. You are on the road constantly. You've got the challenges of being a startup founder, but there are exciting things about it as well. You're in control of your own destiny. And that's a tough thing. Being in control of your own destiny is nice, but it means a lot of responsibility. But the exciting thing is that you can really chart your way forward wherever you want to go. So talking about the future, I know you mentioned you've got some stealth products in there, but where do you see yourself in the next couple of years in terms of the businesses you've got? Are you going to focus attention on these two businesses, or have you got some interesting new projects on the boil that are going to transform the industry or generate some good returns for you?
That's a good question. I can tell you that, Nicholas, you got me in a pivotal point now. So at the moment, actually, what I do, I document whatever it is that I'm doing and the structure and the blueprints of how to do the things that I do, whether it's an agency, some sort of a product marketing agency that is as a service agency. And that is one thing I document. And the other thing is the podcasting service. And I actually plan on multiplying it. So by multiplying it, I mean that the as a service part of me, I want to teach people, well, Israeli people mainly, because I believe that we got the chutzpah, we got the audacity to go out there and maybe rule the world. And I want to create opportunities for people like me to use the same methods and go out and be solopreneur and enjoy it. And that's for the as a service part. And I actually aim to help 100 business grow. Yeah. And that is just one thing. The other thing, the podcasting service, I actually am going to multiply it by selling the blueprints and bring it on some maybe new adventures, maybe some other people that can use the same methods and bring value to some other industries, because I mainly focus on the B2B industry. And I think that is just one focus. Maybe we can implement it to other industries and we can help other experts reach the right audience through the right shows.
Excellent. Well, the guests that you have sent me so far have been fantastic. So I look forward to you sending me a couple of other exciting folks who are creating products that are really valuable. I look forward to that. Well, Gal, as a first attempt, this is pretty good. And I think you just need to keep at it, because if you're going to be selling podcast services, you need to become a podcast professional guest yourself so that you know the whole process. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I wish you all the best in your business adventures.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. And really, if any one of the listeners got any question, I would love to help them. They should connect with me on LinkedIn or visit my website, boldpmm.com, and let's help each other. I mean, it's a win-win world.
Absolutely. So you beat me to it. So I wanted to say, where can folks get in touch with you? So it's going to be on, let's have a look here. I'm going to just cut this little section out over here. So you beat me to it. I want to send people to find out a little bit more information about you, Gal. So where can I send them?
So you can send them straight direct to my LinkedIn or to my website, boldpmm.com. I actually have a live chat option there, which sends anyone to my DM. And
I've just got to say that your name, Gal Ko, sounds like a Superman supervillain. So I love it. Gal, it's been awesome chatting to you, and have a great evening.
Thank you. You too.
I really do appreciate your comments. So why not go and watch this live on YouTube, or go to my website, kuhne.no. That's KUHNE.no for more information.